Let me see if I can do manual focus. I'm sorry. Okay.
Hi.
Hi guys.
So I guess first off we should discuss the studio. So if you don't know about the studio, we did a podcast with Two Drinks with Alex and Pate, and we discussed the studio there. But unfortunately, we had to give up the studio. Are you sad?
I don't know. I feel weird about it. Like I don't want to just like sugarcoat everything. Like I'm like perfectly happy. There was like a lot of things that were happening with the studio that a lot of factors came into play about us leaving, and none of it was what. Like it was funny how some people were saying, "Oh, like it's because you guys like." Couldn't afford it. Technically we could afford it, but it just wasn't really like a financial sense to keep it. And then also, it was not about our landlord because I love Fernando. Like he's a really cool person.
It mainly had to do with because originally we had like an artisan market in there and Tiffany taught classes.
But we talked about that in the podcast.
But people didn't take the classes, and the artisan market was taking up too much time, and it was pretty much Tiffany's online sales that was paying for it. So financially, it didn't make sense to keep it.
Yeah, I think it turned into a point where I was just more like, I felt like emotionally I was like caught up with trying to create something, and the artistic side of me was like kind of hurting, and a lot of things were happening like with my family personally, like especially last year. So it got to the point where I just had to like emotionally like create in order to make myself feel better. And once I started creating more, and once I started realizing that like because we didn't have foot traffic, I had to like compensate with online sales, it started getting to the point where I was like, oh, I didn't know I had this thing sticking out.
It's better.
Okay.
Oh,
I didn't know that I had to like, well, I realized that I had to do something in order to like pay bills. And so I started focusing on online sales, and I feel like I gathered a wonderful community of people who are very awesome online. And I'm very, very, very fortunate, and I'm very happy to have those people in my life. I feel like they've saved me really. So it kind of got to that point where it just was beneficial to focus online, and that's what we started doing. And then it got to the point where we were like, well, if all our sales are coming from online sales, then why do we have a storefront? And then that's when we started thinking about moving. We'll probably post another video as to like how we ended up where we are. And if you're interested in like knowing more of the story of how we ended up where we are, because if you're even interested in knowing where we are right now, just leave a comment below, and we can like, I don't know, let you know if you're interested. We don't want to tell you stuff if you're not interested.
So we are in a home studio working from home.
Yeah.
So the pottery will keep coming. It's been slow because we've been moving.
Well, honestly, it's been slow because I've been really weird, and I just want to be normal. Anyway, but I'm starting to get my footing, and I'm starting to like wake up. And someone said that I should start doing like focusing on routines, and so I think I'm just going to start like focusing on routines and focusing on basically just like not thinking about my emotions.
But we were planning, people kept asking us, why do we stop the vlogs? And the reason we did stop them is pretty much the studio took up so much time. Because I still work a full-time job. And then Tiffany was working in the studio, and by the time I got off work and got there, and I helped with the studio, we just didn't have time to do the vlogs. So now we should have more free time to vlog.
And if you have any like ideas of what you would like to see us vlog, just let us know. Like I love capturing just like the weird, funny things that happen in our lives, but also I love cooking, and Simon's gluten-free vegan and I'm vegan, so it'll be kind of cool to like show you guys like recipes, because I love a challenge. So I love like creating weird and interesting, well not weird, but just like taking like southern recipes or recipes that are like Indian or like Chinese or Thai or whatever, and like turning it into like vegan gluten-free, and it's a lot of fun. So like if you guys are interested in stuff like that, just let us know. And then also, what else?
Plus, if you have any other ideas of what you want us to do, if you want to see demos of how stuff is made, like a house tour.
I'm not showing demos on me throwing, because that's too personal and sacred.
I might sneak in and show you.
No. That's just something that's just way too personal.
You have thrown before.
I know, but for some reason I feel like throwing is just a really personal thing. I don't want to show.
Plus, it's up to y'all to make sure, keep us on track and make sure we do a weekly
You're like
vlog.
like, don't make it seem like their like job is to like.
Their job is to make us do things.
Okay, so like I've been like stuck in this time warp thing where it's just anyway. So like I think if you guys were to hold me accountable and like that would be really cool. I know you have your own lives, and I know you trying to live like I'm trying to live too. But if something comes across your brain and you're like, oh, Tiffany, I haven't seen her post in a while. What's she doing? And I'm like in the bed looking at the window. I'm gonna show you guys those windows because they're so pretty.
Not the big.
But anyway, if you like feel like I need to, you haven't seen me in a while, just like comment or feel like, what you doing? But anyway, is that all? Right, thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. I apologize in advance for my
Like a social media?
no, for that podcast.
Oh, for the podcast.
Yeah,
She was drunk and she wouldn't let me talk.
I did like. Well, it wasn't like. I mean, you could talk.
Just kidding, Tiffany. Why are you taking it serious?
He's not joking. I wanted to get my point across. There was like certain things that I wanted to get my point across, and there were certain things that were like really important to me, but I don't really remember what I said. So like, well, by the time the podcast will be posted, this is going to be posted. So I guess I'll remember what I said.
Mm-hmm.
So I apologize if I said anything about anyone. Did I say anything about anyone?
I don't think you said anything about anybody.
I didn't mention a name.
You mentioned names, but I don't think it was negative.
Oh, that's good.
That I don't remember.
So if you haven't heard the podcast, the link is down below. It's Pete and Alex, and they're really cool people. And Adriana's pregnant, so just let you know. Okay, anyway.
Not real good vlog Adriana's pregnancy.
Yeah, we'll just follow her around with the camera. Anyway, but you guys have a good day. And if, like I said, well, I know we're repeating ourselves, but if you do have any like suggestions or anything you would like to see, just let us know. Or if you want to see a house tour, let us know. Because that'll probably be our next video.
And should we make a cool intro?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, that might be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but you guys have a good day. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Can you put your hand on that? Not like this, like it's a face.
Oh, where's that little head now? You did.
I think that's good.
Like and subscribe.